Snake man here, you'll have to put up with the noise. We got pumps going in the background, it's pissing rain outside. Not everything we have kills people. This here, Western sand python, commonly called Woma. Look at that, full water bowl, no hide. You can tell I did this before the video. And he wants to kill me. You see, snakes don't really know whether they're venomous or otherwise. All he wants is food. Never bites people. Watch this, ready, set, bang. And there he goes, he takes it, he woofs it down. That's what they're like. Snakes have a great feeding response. Good way for a snake handler to get bitten. This guy, not venomous. We don't have to do surgery on these guys to make him safe. Anyway, he's a large male. Used to be in immaculate health, now sports a couple of injuries as a result of a raid we had from DSE officers on the 17th of August this year. The raid was initiated by inexperienced imitators who'd been using our trademarks and whom we stopped. They went to the media, they went public, told the DSE to close us down. DSE followed the instructions and there was death and destruction with the snakes. I mention that because there are a lot of people out there who claim to like animals who are complete and utter liars. Be warned, that's the way it is. There's often smoke and mirrors, whether it's in politics, whether it's in industry, whether it's in medicine, and whether it's in wildlife. There's a lot of frauds out there, be warned. We have been working with these guys for decades. In fact, I was involved in the world's first breeding of this particular species of snake way back in the 1970s. Cut a long story short, if you want more than 40 years expertise with venomous reptiles, non-venomous reptiles, pythons, the globally recognised authorities are us, snake busters, not just myself, Raymond Hosen, the snake man, but all our staff as well. Most of them have actually had species of reptile named in their honour, which is an achievement I don't think anyone else with any other company has, with the exception of one in Queensland, Scott Iper. I named a snake after him. Many years ago, he was a young herpetologist at the time. A lot of people thought he was feral. He was. But he had a lot of potential. His heart and head were in the right place. And he will end up going down in history as one of the herpetologists in Australia, certainly worth his money, making a huge contribution to herpetology at the current time. And as I speak, he's putting together what will no doubt be a very good book on venomous snakes of Australia. Look forward to seeing it soon. Won't necessarily agree with all its contents, but I'm sure it will be good. Anyway, that's all for the snake man now. No, actually, we'll keep going. This guy's woofing into it. We'll keep going. You'll keep eating the food. I think he's making a bit of pace. This guy is a male. He doesn't normally get things down very, very quickly. Nothing better than a video of a snake eating. Most people watching this particular video will have probably seen this happen before, but it's always good to have a video of a snake woofing into a rodent. As I said, this guy is a male. He's not a particularly good rooter, and his colour looks good because he shed today. There's the skin, one piece, did okay. A one-piece shed is quite good for our snakes. We don't get many of them. Main reason is we get them handled day after day after day after day after day doing reptile shows. When they're pre-shed, we send them out. In fact, they go out more often pre-shed because they don't get fed. And the scales rub and dry and all the rest of it. So it's not uncommon for us to have shedding problems with our snakes. Not a major issue, we just saturate their cage, plastic cage. Or alternately, we put them in a bath of water or something like that. Skin comes off, it's never a problem, we're wise to the issue. It's not as a result of an underlying health issue, it's a result of us handling them before they shed. That's why there's a general recommendation, don't handle reptiles before they shed. Anyway, we do. We break the rule and we pay the consequence, and we deal with it appropriately so that the snakes do remain in good health. The reason this guy shed in one piece is because of the date. Today is, of course, the 7th of January 2011, and we've just finished off the quietest fortnight that we've had for some years, probably about 7 years. And as a result, this particular individual probably hasn't been out of the house. We have a lot of snakes, and we can cover being extremely busy and being a bit quiet over the last fortnight or so has meant that anything that's coming up for a shed, and we've just been able to have a few luxuries. So this guy probably hasn't even left the house for a couple of weeks, and that's why he did in fact shed in one piece. Normally though, in the middle of the year, piecemeal shedding or trouble shedding on these guys is common. We use our womas or sand pythons very heavily in shows. They are so absolutely fantastic. They really are good. They just hang around kids' necks and they never bite, and they just sit there. Because they don't move and jump up and crawl around necks, they don't freak out the 5-year-olds. So they are a brilliant snake. Of the Australian snakes, they're probably the best for shows, either these or Centralian carpet pythons or olive pythons. They're probably the best three. I can't think of anything else being quite as good. Yeah, they're probably the best, and they've all got negative factors going with them, but as composites, they are probably the best. Guys, on to go slow with the feeding. I'll zoom in a bit closer. You can see his head. Hopefully it's not too blurred. And you can see there's no obvious labial pits in there for heat sensors. They are heat sensitive. Snakes without pits are also heat sensitive. Most of the snakes that I've dealt with are heat sensitive. Sometimes I've knocked back a cold rodent, but eat a warm one. Anyway, that's all for now from the Snake Man at Snake Busters. Bye now.